What's going on, you guys? Crash and Crush here, back with another video. And today we have Crash and Crusher's transmission here because TTC was a couple days ago and I was beaten on this thing pretty bad and I ended up breaking it. So first inspection, as you can see from here to here, the case is cracked. And well, since the oil has settled, I can't really demonstrate it, but when I was draining the oil, there was a clanking noise going on when you rotated the transmission, so something obviously broke. And when I drained the oil, there was metal chunks and shavings in there, so something's clearly not right. So today we're gonna dissect it and see what exactly went wrong.
Andy, that adjustable
God, can you shut? So now that we got all the bolts removed, we gotta separate the two case halves. So mainly when you do this, if you're gonna use a screwdriver, you do not want a real thick one because you're gonna be tapping it with a hammer, and if you have a really thick one, it's gonna gouge the aluminum pieces when you go to pry it apart, and you don't want that. So what the best bet to use is a really thin screwdriver like this or a putty knife. So let's get started and see what went wrong. Slowly but surely getting there. So broken free. Now we're gonna try to separate it and see what went wrong. Sometimes it can be a pain. So with it broken free, sometimes you have to give the shifter a little bit of a tap for it to fully come loose. There, and there we go. So, oh yeah, well that's not good. That is not good at all. That is probably what cracked the case. If you look at it on this side, there's metal shavings everywhere, and it definitely cracked through, but so that's definitely not good. But that definitely is not supposed to. Oh yeah, that's not healthy at all. So upon further inspection, as you can see, let's disengage the shifter. You can see that that's stripped teeth from a gear. That's part of a screw that broke from this guy right here. And oh yeah, that's where the teeth stripped from. That's that whole gear stripped teeth. That's interesting, but let's get this out of here. That's at the temp. Well, we found the culprit from the missing bolt, and come to find out, chipped teeth more in here. So what probably happened is when this bolt came out, it got jammed itself on this gear and completely and utterly stripped the teeth. So that's probably not good. So I don't know exactly how this happened. This happened on the last 820 that was in the Murray. These bolts apparently came loose, which is interesting because I put Loctite on them. But and apparently the gear down in here got rounded off with this. So you'll see in the videos when they come out that when I went to take off, I can get it to grab. So yeah, something definitely clearly went wrong for it to strip the teeth in there and definitely damaged right there. See, it's not grabbing anything. That was what was going on. So I don't know how it happened. I'm gonna get some stuff to what it does is when you put the bolts in, you put it on the end of the bolts, and what it does is when it dries, it pushes the air out and it keeps it nice and tight and dry. So gonna have to get some of that. But so what that does is it makes it tighter because the lack of oxygen makes it tighter. So we're gonna have to order some new parts. We gotta get a new go-kart axle because before TTC I split a hub, and as you can see, it damaged the keyway right here. It's widened and it's all sharp. And apparently the EC hub from where these bolts came off, it's widened. The inside is all bored out and bent. So that explains what went wrong. We're obviously going to have to order up some new parts and get this all dialed in and working again so I can take this thing to Kentucky. But remember to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.